Hello and welcome everybody to my Rome Odunze prospect breakdown. The 6'3", 215 junior wide receiver from Washington University is my third best wide receiver in the class. But before I get into this video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, follow my Twitter, follow my TikTok, follow my Substack, and support my Patreon. Odunze was the leading wide receiver for the 2023 Washington team that made the national championship this year. But Rome Odunze was a 4-star recruit at a high school in the class of 2020 where he would declare to Washington. He had his breakout season in 2022, posting 1,145 yards and 7 touchdowns. His breakout year was aided by Michael Penix Jr., who transferred in from Indiana in 2022. But in 2023, Rome exploded, leading the FBS in receiving yards with 1,640 and had 13 receiving touchdowns and led the FBS in contested catches with 21. He also had an astounding 75% contested catch rate and had the most receiving yards against both man and zone coverage. He was also a consensus All-American in 2023 and finished third in the Biletnikoff Award. And he even had the most receiving yards in the 2024 National Championship with 87. Rome is an elite contested catch wide receiver. His elite tracking ability and hand-eye coordination allows him to stay locked in on deep balls. His elite hands and safety net-like catching allows him to come down with a ton of balls and limits drops. He also has great body control and has a special over-the-shoulder catching ability, which makes him make all difficult catches. He has good speed as a former track runner, great athleticism, and great size at 6'3", 215. At the catch point, he can generate separation by either jumping higher than cornerbacks or making minute adjustments to create separation in a millisecond of when the ball gets to him. If a cornerback was to have a guy he could consistently go to in the red zone on fade balls, or a guy he could target consistently, Odunze would be that guy. But Rome sometimes slows down when trying to dunk on people instead of following through and running through the ball path, allowing corners to catch up to the ball and attempt to knock it away. He is also not super explosive off of the line of scrimmage, making it take a little longer for him to get downfield. I also wish Rome had more violent hands at the catch point, but he's more of a finesse catch artist, not a Shaq at the catch point. And then physical cornerbacks can also get the better of Rome on press coverage or at the catch point. A good example of this is Will Johnson. But with all that being said, let's get into the film. Alright, so the first game that I want to go over in the film breakdown is going to be the Oregon-Washington matchup in Week 7 that I think really put Rome Odunze on the national map, and this game even convinced me really that Rome Odunze was worth a first-round grade on this play. It's basically going to be one-on-one man coverage on the outside with Rome Odunze in the X slot. The defense does have a false start here, which basically makes it a free play. Michael Penix recognizes that, wants to go to his number 1 receiver, just lets it up there. Rome Odunze, minute adjustment, able to catch it within his body. And of course, I need to show the other angle to show you the adjustment he makes. Ball's in the air. Rome Odunze is right over here. What he's going to do is fight the hand away and then catch it securely with his body. Easy 43-yard gain. Odunze is not targeted on this play, but I do want everybody to focus on him down here. So the slot cornerback and the safety are going to be double matched up on him, but Rome Odunze is going to be running a comeback, tosses this guy out of the way, even though this defender's over here, so Penix wasn't going to throw it there. Ends up throwing to Jalen Polk, overthrows it. That just shows the route running prowess. Alright, so Odunze on the bottom of your screen is going to be running a slant with this receiver. I'm pretty sure this is Jalen Polk on a delayed in route. So, running the play, I want to show 2 things. One, he's matched up against this, I'm pretty sure this was the strong safety, but look at the explosiveness out of this route. This defender actually was the flat guy. This was the outside third here, so basically nobody is covering him, and he's wide open. Easily 17-yard completion. Let's look real quickly at how Rome Odunze fights press. Here is him on the right side of the screen, gonna shimmy, and then on a dig route, he's gonna be open. Penix throws it, tackle for 7 yards, I'm pretty sure. All right, on this play, here's a fake end around RPO with the offensive line acting like the main rush is over here, with Rome Odunze on the bottom of your screen going on a screen pass. And just look at the speed after the catch. 1 juke, and he's able to get 10 here. All right, here on this play, this is Rome Odunze's first touchdown of the game, one-on-one on the boundary. Michael Penix Jr., of course, turns his hips immediately. He knows that this is the matchup that I'm gonna want. And look, I know it doesn't do it justice, but look at how acrobatic he's looking on this play. It looks like he's got the Michael Jordan logo. Catches it through contact, secure hands, and he's gonna get credited with a touchdown here. Before I get into the rest of the Rome Odunze breakdown, I want to show this pass by Michael Penix Jr. Oh my, look at him threading it between two defenders to Jalen Polk. And this is in the last quarter of the game too. And on Washington's last possession of the game, this is their last play of the game, you know what Michael Penix Jr. and Rome Odunze are going to do when they see one-on-one man coverage. Rome Odunze stacks a defender to get outside leverage. Michael Penix Jr. immediately knows what he's going to do, throws it to his back shoulder, and then, oh my, the acrobatic catch. Let's see the other angle. A little difficult to see the first part of the play. I zoomed in a lot, but you could see him just turn his body completely to get those 2 feet in bounds. That's an NFL catch right there. All right, so this is the play that everybody is going to recognize. Rome Odunze going on a go route, taking advantage of the cover 2 that's being played here, going in the soft area of Rod Moore, and then this boundary cornerback. I forgot his name, but he's number 12. And then running the play, the flat zone does bump Odunze, but has to cover McMillan because that's his coverage assignment. The linebacker over here is in a hook curl zone, so if Odunze curled, that would be his responsibility. And then Rod Moore over here backpedaling goes to this area of the zone because he doesn't recognize that Rome Odunze is running a go or fade route. And I think this is a Rome Odunze adjustment, actually. I think he might have been a little more inside, but instead fades out. Penix Jr. does face a ton of pressure, so the throw is offline, and it ends up in an incompletion, but a near touchdown for Odunze. And then, of course, showing the other angle of the play, Penix Jr. It was just a rare miss for Penix and Odunze. They're usually on time with that throw, but he was being pressured, so can't blame him too much. All right, so here is a stutter go route from Rome Odunze where he actually gets the better of Will Johnson. So running the play, Odunze is going to stop. Michael Penix Jr. with the pump fake makes Will Johnson think that, all right, I got to stop this route here. I got to break up the ball. But Michael Penix Jr. pumps. Will Johnson has to catch up now to Rome Odunze, who's getting separation, and then Rome with a good tracking ability, tracking the ball all the way through, catching it over his shoulder for a nice 32-yard completion. And then for the last play I want to show in the Michigan gameplay, or the Michigan film, is going to be Rome Odunze once again taking advantage of the soft area of a zone. So basically, the defense for Michigan is going to be running a cover 6 with Rod Moore's responsibility for this half of the field, because essentially there's only one receiver on this side, and Michael Penix Jr. and the Washington offense is on the left hash. So running the play, Rome Odunze gets a free release. There's nobody pressing him. Rod Moore checks first if he's going to go deep and what Will Johnson is going to do. Both of these guys, I mean, this slot cornerback or linebacker misplays this guy anyways, so he's open too. But Rod Moore, he's not going to be able to catch up to Rome Odunze running free, and it's going to be a 44-yard gain. All right, here's another go route from Rome Odunze, just going to run right past the safety. Michael Penix Jr., even while hit, underthrows it a tiny bit, but that's fine because Rome Odunze is going to come down with it for a 40-yard gain. Here is the first touchdown that Rome scored in this game. This is going to be a comeback and then a go route. So first, Rome Odunze facing press is able to get in front of the cornerback. Michael Penix Jr. launches it. But what's happening? Rome Odunze is facing towards this area of the field. The ball is thrown over here. So he's going to flip his hips, turn, track, and then he's just going to come down with the catch. I feel like a lot of things that wide receivers maybe have a little difficulty with is flipping their hips and tracking the ball at the same time. And that's something that Rome Odunze can definitely do. And this play is a good example of it. And then for the last play on my film breakdown, I want to go over a Rome Odunze fade route. This is from the Boise State game, going all the way back to week 1. Rome Odunze stacking the cornerback, getting free on the release, and then comes up with the catch. I didn't really have a player comparison that totally fit for Rome Odunze, but my player comp is going to be George Pickens. It's a very loose player comp, but it's the best one that it came up with due to both ability at the catch point being contested catch artists. Both are acrobatic wide receivers, have great finesse at the catch point along with tracking ability and body control. Both have similar builds. Pickens is 6'3", 200 pounds. However, Rome Odunze is a bit smoother of a player and Pickens is more physical. And for my player grade, I am giving Rome Odunze a 6.9 prospect grade. He's my 7th player on my 2024 NFL Draft Big Board, and he's my wide receiver 3. I believe that Rome has the potential to be a Pro Bowl receiver one day and be an immediate impact wide receiver day 1. Odunze will also likely be selected within the first 5 to 10 picks. Even though Odunze is a prospect that I really like and I loved watching him at Washington, I wouldn't put him above guys like Malik Neighbors or Marvin Harrison Jr. as prospects. I think both those guys have the best translatable skills. And of course, the biggest debate surrounding Odunze is whether he's better than Neighbors. It is really a 2A and 2B conversation with both prospects. I do think that Neighbors has a bit more translatable skills with his after the catch and route running ability, but Roma is an elite contested catch artist, so his skills are also going to translate. But your answer on who's better really depends on which playstyle you prefer more. But I'm also factoring in that Rome needs to go to a system that throws the ball consistently deep, and a team that has a quarterback that not only trusts Odunze with contested catches, but will also throw the ball deep into the sideline. A good example of a terrible fit would be the Giants. They rarely throw the ball deep and they rarely throw the ball to the sideline. But a team like the Chargers would be a terrific fit. But even in such a stacked class, I do have Rome at 7, just because this class has so many quote-unquote generational or Pro Bowl level potential players. But that's going to do it for my Rome Odunze prospect breakdown. Let me know your views on Rome Odunze. As always, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, follow my Twitter, follow my TikTok, read my Substack, and support my Patreon. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.